Y'all, I would say you're not going to believe this, but you probably are going to believe this. Remember that woman and dude who boxed in ICE agents and then attempted to kill them with their cars, and then there were shots exchanged, and one of them was armed after doxing federal agents. Remember that like 8 years ago or 3 days ago? Yeah, it turns out after she was arrested, yeah, they're now out on the street because a leftist Chicago judge just let them out. Yeah, this is going to be a fun one. Everything's going to be linked in the description box below. Of course, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on, because every single time they do stupid crap like this, it only furthers our cause, and thank you in advance for all of that. All right, listen, guys. This is the evening video before the live stream tonight, so I just want to drop this to you really quickly. You guys all remember this story. I did a video that's at 300,000 views that's all about the entire incident caught on a camera. They're out now. Okay, watch. I'm not going to bury the lead. Let's go. And then I got some other stuff. It's bananas.
Judy, the judge in this case basically said that neither Miramar Martinez nor Anthony Reese pose a flight risk, and so she has ordered them freed pending their trial. Now, their cases have been jointed together in the same legal complaint, even though both were driving separate vehicles on the day in question, and according to their friends and family, they do not know each other. In court today, prosecutors described Miramar Martinez and Anthony Reese's actions as extremely dangerous and extremely reckless, saying the two had been following the Border Patrol agent's vehicle for 20 to 30 minutes before the alleged ramming took place Saturday morning, adding that the defendants weren't in the wrong place at the wrong time. The complaint, filed in court, alleges that on October 4th, 3 Border Patrol officers acting as security detail were driving a silver Chevy Tahoe in Oak Lawn when they were aggressively pursued by what is described as a convoy of civilian vehicles. That convoy, alleges the complaint, was attempting to box them in when they were struck, first by Martinez, then moments later by Ruiz, near 39th Place in Kedzie.
All right, we're just going to pause it for a quick second. Come here. Okay, let me just get this straight for everybody in the audience. Now remember, this is in Chicago, okay? So we had an individual and another individual, part of multiple individuals, following and doxing ICE agents for 20 to 30 minutes and eventually culminating in the ramming of those ICE agents' vehicles. They're arrested after the shots are fired because it's discovered that she's packing. The courtroom actually says she's extremely dangerous and extremely reckless. Go on your way. What? You're not a flight risk. How are you not How are you not a danger to the entire population? How are you not a danger to the rest of the ICE agents? How are you not a danger to everybody? Because you were following them for 20 to 30 minutes. In the documentation I just showed you, it even says it's not a wrong place, wrong time. You intentionally stalked the ICE agents for 20 to 30 minutes, along with your co-conspirator who you didn't know, and 10 other vehicles. But don't worry. You can go scot-free. Welcome to the Democrat lawfare machine. Guys, this is the entire thing. The main point of this coming midterm election, I promise you, is going to be on crime. You saw Irina Zarutska killed in cold blood on a bus for no reason. Arrested 14, 15 times. You saw Charlie Kirk get assassinated. You've got an attorney general from Virginia who's openly calling for the death of children and their mothers holding them while they die because of political differences with their father. You have the ICE agents being stalked and rammed with vehicles, and now they're being let out. Guys, the underlying theme here is if you're on the left, violence is a perfectly appropriate response to anything you don't like. And don't worry, the legal lawfare system in Chicago is going to let you out. Let's keep going.
Martinez was shot 5 times by agents, then arrested at a repair shop a mile away, while Reese was arrested at a gas station nearby. The criminal complaint, including photos of the CBP-driven vehicle, along with photos of both Martinez's and Reese's vehicles, with damage they say is consistent with the ramming. Now, in court today, defense attorneys for both Martinez and Reese disputed the government's version of events. But since this was a detention hearing, they mostly limited themselves to arguing why their respective clients should be released, with Martinez's attorney saying that she is still recovering from the injuries from those 5 gunshot wounds and needs immediate medical attention. Both are scheduled to be back in court at a later date.
Sweet, amazing. I don't give two rats' butts if you require medical attention for when you got shot from attempting to kill ICE agents with a vehicle. That's not a reason to get out of jail. That's a reason for the doctor to visit you in jail. This is not exceedingly difficult, but it goes to the underlying premise. As long as crime is benefiting the left, it's perfectly acceptable and fine because they're virtuous. If you do it on the right, or you even think about something on the right, or you say something wrong, thought crime. This is the whole point. This is why they are losing. Come here again. This is why we're going to win in the end. Because the hypocrisy, the insanity is impossible to ignore. The live stream that we're going to do tonight, I'm going to show you all the fallout from the Jay Jones thing. It's getting even worse. Now you got Pelosi on record. You got the Washington Post coming out. You got all sorts of stuff. But the underlying principle is the Democrats are soft on crime, and the people who went after federal agents and ICE agents are not being let out. I got more. Watch. Let's keep going. That's just the initial reporting. This right here is 2 different left politicians, one Pritzker and one Tammy Duckworth, one senator, one governor, and listen to the actual chief of police. Listen.
What do you know about this incident? Were federal agents boxed in and assaulted?
Well, we don't have a lot of facts. What happens in these sorts of incidents is typically ICE puts out a press release before anybody else can speak with the press, and then it gets reported on social media and elsewhere. So they are just putting out their propaganda.
She claims that federal agents were surrounded and were threatened. What are local authorities telling you about what they think happened here?
Well, they lie. Right? The Trump administration lies. We have a president who's a known liar, and they've been lying about the situation all along.
They are agents of law enforcement. If you box them in with vehicles, it is reasonable for them to believe that they are being ambushed and that this could end in a deadly situation. Do not box in any law enforcement officer. If you ram any vehicle, especially that one that contains law enforcement agents, and that's any law enforcement, local, state, federal, county, and you do this intentionally, this is considered deadly force. Deadly force is anything that can cause great bodily harm or death.
What do you...
You know, that's weird, because I was just told by a sitting governor and a sitting senator that it was all lies and it was all made up. And we are just, oh my God, on the right, we are so evil. We hate everything. And then the chief of police goes, yeah, no, that's considered use of deadly force. Don't worry. The Chicago judge just let her out. Let him out. They're both out. You want to know why there's a revolving door of crime? It's because of these types of policies and these types of assessments. That's the entire point. You got Democrat politicians talking about where everyone's lying. No, don't believe your lying eyes. You got the actual evidence. You got the criminals. You got the chief of police saying, no, you can't do this. Common sense paging for 1,000. But then you're going to win. We're going to win. We're going to take the country back, and we're going to give it better to the next generation than we found it, because this is just insanity. It cannot continue. There is nothing in rationality or in consistency with any type of longevity that this will continue. But that's what I've got for you guys. I'm going to see you on the live phone tonight. I'm Braden. See you later.